not the same way that people feel about business. And I think the arts and culture are only just beginning to catch up with the fact that actually we are small businesses as well. And we're sort of being dragged kicking and screaming there, I think, to recognise that we can't just rely on subsidy to deliver all the things that we want to do. And so for me, getting the award, it was a brilliant year for us that year, and we won several awards, and we didn't nominate or put ourselves forward, and so we're quite surprised by that. But what's really good is because we were nominated for this award, and it was outside of our sector, outside of our comfort zone, and that other people that were not necessarily engaged in arts and culture could see the value of the work that we were doing, and that was brilliant, because then it made the sector that we sit inside sit up and acknowledge the work that we've been doing, which they hadn't done before. Because although I run an arts organisation and I put on a couple of festivals a year, what we do below the radar is that, you know, I've had in the last 7 years about 100 to 150 young women that I personally mentor privately, which is not a public thing. And so in terms of winning this sort of award for our women and the work that we're doing, it was amazing. So I mentor girls in Scotland, you know, I do it by Skype because I can't get there all the time. I've got some in Plymouth and some all over the place. So it was nice that we were starting to get that recognition for the work we were doing outside of that sector, and that we've got our own little alumni in terms of the work that we're doing. So for me, it was really, really nice because it made people rethink us within the arts world. I then, in that year, went on to Regional Council of the Arts Council as well. That's good because although the Regional Council represents the Midlands, I am the only African Caribbean person, even though this is supposed to be reflecting the Midlands, so that's a bit thin, so that needs to have a step change. We then went on to win that year the best programme of the year within the dance sector. Again, we weren't expecting that, but I think all these things came through off the back of getting the initial nomination, because when we were nominated, we put it out on our website and we put it below the email signature. So that went out on loads of things, and the next thing you know, other nominations and other things started to come in. And I think it's about that you talked about the marketing of things and the programming and pushing it out there, and people started to look at things differently. Although we've been doing, Serendipity has been around for 9.5 years, but although I've been working in this region for about 35 years, and so you know, so you've been pushing away for years, and I think it was really, really supportive. On the night that we went for the event, I also had a Black History Month event on, so October's a bad time for me. And one of the things that Sandra said, oh, you need to come, and I thought, oh my God, you know, I can't go to that. And we've got the event on. So we had an event on, and I thought, well, I can jump a taxi between the two places if needs be. And so I thought I didn't invite any of my staff team, so I came with my mum and my sister. Because I thought, I don't know what else to do. Mum loved it. Great for my mum. She absolutely loved it. But I was on the phone. I was on the phone, and they were reading out all the names of people, because I thought, well, I'm not going to win anything, but, you know, I'm going to come in any case. That's okay. I said I'd come, I said I'd put support. I'm not going to win anything, it's fine. So I'm directing them on the phone, because I've got an event across the city. And meanwhile, I didn't know all the people on the table. They were telling me, because you were there, you were telling me, get off the phone now. And so I'm telling you, and then all of a sudden, I remember looking over it, and it was my name, wasn't it? And it was like, oh my God, and I'm trying to put the phone down. And I was like, yeah. I was absolutely, I've got to say, I was absolutely thrilled, because when I looked at the other women that were also nominated, and I said that on the night, and I'll say it again, I would welcomely support and have nominated and been very happy for them to have won, because I see the work that they have been doing as well, which is so important. So to actually then to come through and to have won was amazing for me. Just didn't see it coming at all. It's been really good for the organisation as well, in terms of people acknowledging that. It's really been very good for me as an individual, because I think that when you promote work, you promote the work, you don't promote yourself. That's the sector that we're in, so we're putting on the artists, you're not putting on yourself, so you do constantly work behind the scenes, putting everyone else forward, everyone else there. So it was very, very nice to get that respect, because I think that's what it is. It is respect, that other people acknowledge you, and that respect for the work that you've been doing. Because I think the work that we do, it's arts, but it's for the community. You know, it is about empowering people, and it's about giving people a voice. And so we've done a whole thing about Black women in dance, you know, and that's about giving a voice. We publish books, and it's about changing the narrative around that. Black History Month, you'll see, we've got a black woman on the front, and I say to everyone, because no one seems to get the name right, it's Sarah Vaughan. Sarah Vaughan played at De Montfort Hall in 1962. There is a host of amazing people that have performed and played, which we don't acknowledge. So again, that's what we're going to be doing this year. And you'll see, largely through a lot of the things we do, there'll be lots of women's voices. We've got a new film coming out as part of the launch called A Very British Voice, predominantly women in that as well. And we did that when we wanted to look at the notion of Windrush, but we didn't want to do the Windrush story, and we didn't want to do the picture that you get of Windrush with the men with their trill beards going, Windrush, we didn't want to do that because it's always about the men. It's never about the women, and you know, women were part of that journey as well. So we've been trying to address that. So we've not sidelined them within the things that we're doing, but we've just raised the profile of women so it's more on a level playing field. And I think having the backing of organisations like this as well really helps. That's